it's Sarah with Herculean Hearts. Welcome back to my channel. If you are coming back, thank you for visiting if it's your first time. And today we are going over what are we reading. So like many homeschoolers, we read a lot. And we read stuff as a family, and we read stuff individually, we read for fun, and we read for school. So I get people that ask, well, what are you reading? So this video is all about what I'm reading, what my kids are reading, and what we are all reading together. So here we go. We'll start first with what our family is doing. Now our family chooses to use Bookshark as our core curriculum for our homeschool, and currently we are working together in level 2, and we are reading this one as our read aloud. It's called The Apprentice, based in Italy, which my kids think is really fun because I really try to do accents. So my Italian accent is getting better with every page of this book. I even will use different voices that the kids are like, wait mom, that was this character's voice from this book that we read like 2 months ago. I'm like, sorry y'all. I mean, I think that I'm good at voices and my kids think I'm good at voices, but I am not a voice actor where I have that many different voices. So some of our voices might be the same. Now also as part of our Bookshark curriculum, the kids have individualized books that they read. So my oldest son, he is reading this one. He just got started with this. It's A Llama in the Family. So that's what he's reading. And we are also part of a co-op, and my 2 oldest are in some classes where they have to read a book for their co-op class. So my oldest is reading The Hobbit. And so we're doing this as a read aloud at night before going to bed. We'll cuddle up on the couch and we'll read some of The Hobbit as we go through. So, and it's really fun to read some classics like this with my kids. And then the one just under him is reading The Green Ember for co-op, and this is by S.D. Smith. We actually just got to go meet Mr. Smith. That was pretty cool. He did a reading and things close by, and so we got to go listen and meet the author, and he's even signed our books. So that's really fun for the kids to get to see and meet the author and then have him sign the book that he is reading for co-op. So those are the 2 co-op books that we're doing. So we have our curriculum books that we do at home, and then we have our co-op books, and then we have just our fun reading books. My daughter, who's 8, is reading this one, the Warriors series. This one is the first one. It's Into the Wild. She just got introduced to it, and apparently there are like 876 books or something in the series. I don't know. And it's supposed to be really good. I've never read it, but my daughter is enjoying it so far. Now, my son that's just older than her, he is on the autism spectrum, and reading is just not something that is easy for him, like for a lot of kids that have any kind of special need, and just any kids. Some kids just don't love reading, and we really strive to instill a love of reading with our children. So my son that has autism, he still has books that he reads, but again, they're very basic, but he loves listening to books, and so he's great with read alouds and listening to his siblings read, and so we're still able to cultivate that love of reading in him, even though his reading level isn't as high as some of my other kids. It's totally fine. Like he's getting better every day, and I love that we have the flexibility to get to work with him where he is and continue to help him improve, but then also still get to read some great books that he's listening to, like The Hobbit. That has some pretty deep content in it, and he fully gets into it and understands it and loves it. So I love that we can still work with him on that. So that's where my next son is. And then my oldest, for fun, is reading the Fablehaven books. Apparently we really love series in our family. I know I do. My son is 11 and he is loving these books. I've actually never seen him fly through books so fast. It's middle of February right now, and he got those, the first book he got for Christmas, and he's already on book 4. So he's just loving it, and it's been really fun for him to read. Last is me. I'm reading The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron, and it doesn't have a dust jacket. I got it from Thrift Books. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's such an awesome website. You just go online and they have an app and you get a discount if you order through their app. So I'll link that below, their website. That way you can just get books. I think this was like $2. So it's cheaper a lot of times than half price books. And then if you order $10, they ship it for free. So we get a lot of our books from Thrift Books. It has an interesting premise. Every 12 years, everybody in the community forgets everything. So they write daily in a journal, like everything that's going on, and they keep their journal with them because they're not sure exactly when the forgetting is going to happen. And then, of course, you know, our one girl, the main girl, she has memory still. So she remembers even though everybody else forgets. So it's following her story so far. So it's been pretty enjoyable. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm pretty picky with my books, actually, because I feel, this sounds kind of funny, but I feel like I figure out books really quickly. Like there are books that I really enjoy reading, but there's no surprises because I figured it out so early in the book. So thus far, at least with that book, I haven't quite figured out exactly where it's going yet. So I'll keep you posted on if it's good, if it surprised me, and if I liked it, and it goes from there. So in addition to reading for my fun books, I also do a book club with my mom and my sisters. So there are 4 of us total, and we live in totally different areas. So Texas, Florida, and Ohio, we are not close at all distance-wise. So it's really fun that we get to do a book club every month, and we get together on like Skype or Google Hangouts and talk about the book, and then it gives us an excuse to get together and chat all together too, which we don't get to do as often as we would like. So we rotate who picks the book and the genre of books. And so this past month, or this month of February, my sister picked, and she picked this one. One of Us is Lying, and this is written by Karen M. McManus, and this is her debut novel. I was kind of excited to read this. It's a murder mystery. It's 5 students get detention, and by the end of detention, one has died. And so the whole premise is figuring out which one is the murderer. Kind of based off like a Breakfast Club type thing. I've never seen that movie, but apparently it's like the cover says it's a mix between the Breakfast Club and Pretty Little Liars. So I was like, okay, I like a good mystery. That's kind of fun. And my sister wanted us to read the first chapter and then text her and let her know who we thought the killer was, and then we would see if anybody got it right. So honestly, I told my husband when I first started reading, I read the first chapter, and what I was thinking might happen, I didn't want to happen. So I told him, I really hope this isn't how the book ends. And so I came up with another way that I was really hoping it was going to go. It didn't. Guys, I was so disappointed. Sounds awful. I went on to Goodreads, and I had looked up this book, and it had really, really awesome reviews for it, and so I was really excited. But I'm gonna be totally honest, it really let me down. Like, it was really cliche, and the way that it ended, I don't want to give it away in case anybody does want to read it. I wasn't happy with the ending, just because I was really hoping it wouldn't go that direction. I was hoping it would come back and make you look at everything in a whole new way, and it didn't. So I'm really disappointed with this book. So I personally wouldn't recommend it, but it had really great reviews again on Goodreads. So I guess if you like Breakfast Club and Pretty Little Liars and a simple mystery, then you might enjoy reading this one. But it's definitely not going to be on my list to read over and over, and I'm glad I just got it from the library so I can return it. So those are all of the books that we are reading as a homeschool curriculum, as our co-op, and individually for fun. We typically do, the kids and I read at least 30 minutes to an hour every day as like designated reading time, and that's in addition to their schoolwork. So if they have to read something for school, that doesn't count as their 30-minute reading time. That is how we fit in all those different books. So as part of our homeschool day, they do their reading. That's just part of that time. And then in our extra afternoon time, that's when they get their 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if they're driving me crazy, then I might say you're reading for an hour. But if we're having a great day, I'll just say we're just doing 30-minute quiet time reading. At night is when we do our read alouds as a family, like The Hobbit, that goes along with the co-op, but it's just reading for fun as a family before bed. So that's how we do so much reading and reading all these different books. Please comment below and let me know what you're reading if you have any recommendations for myself or my kids or our family, something that we might enjoy reading together. Thanks for stopping by. I'd love for you to like this video, comment below, let me know again what books you're reading and what you love about them, or if you've read any of the books that we are reading, and if you liked them or not. Maybe you love this One of Us is Lying. So tell me if you loved it and why. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see what we are reading next month. Thanks, y'all. Bye.